Hi everybody, and welcome to week 7 of our time here together. So in week 7 we are continuing this discussion on how to use different techniques to train resilience. As we already saw, we've got these two strategies, right, of maybe changing direction, changing course to bring ourselves back into the window of tolerance. So that would be something like the loving kindness practice that Mark introduced us to last week. And the other strategy would be to train our ability to be okay with more. And that was the equanimity practice that we did in week 1 of month 2. Now, of course, for either of these strategies to work well, the first thing we need to be able to do is know where we are, how are we feeling, where are we in our window of tolerance. And we've already been training this throughout the course, but this week we're going to dive a little bit deeper using a body scan technique. And we've been looking at how to pay attention to the body throughout the course, but this week we're really going to go into a bit more detail, examining sensations throughout the body. Now, the reason we want to do this is because the signals telling us where we are, where our nervous system is, are coming from the body. And those signals are not coming in the form of English. They're not arriving in the mind telling you, hey, this is going on. Those are arriving in the language of the body, and that's the language of sensations. The great thing is you don't necessarily need to learn the language. You don't need to figure anything out. You just need to pay attention to what's going on and allow that information to arrive in consciousness and arrive at the brain. And then the brain itself is going to do all the optimization that it needs with that new information. The problems that arise often arise from us not being aware of what is going on in the body, not being aware of that signal. And the uncertainty that comes from that creates a lot of anxiety, creates a lot of dysfunction. In fact, interesting area of research today is around this notion of interoceptive precision. So interoceptive precision just being how aware we are of our bodies. And it turns out that conditions like anxiety, depression, even schizophrenia, ADHD, what they all have in common is a low bodily awareness. People suffering those conditions aren't aware of what's happening in the body. And so these things are linked, and we're all somewhere on this spectrum, right? We're all suffering from a little bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety. So training bodily awareness is really, really important. All we're doing is we're paying attention to sensations in the body, and in doing so, we're using this neuroplasticity that we talked about from the beginning, neurons that fire together, wired together. So as you pay attention to a sensation over here, that connection between your conscious awareness, the prefrontal cortex, and that area is increased. And so the information arriving from different parts of the body can get processed more easily. A good way to think about this is your entire nervous system as a network. And if you think about any network, a network that is more highly integrated and connected, where information can flow more easily, is a network that's going to work better. Great. Well, good luck. If you have any questions, let us know, and see you next week.